How's it going, YouTube? A lot of people have been asking what deck I run in tournaments. What's my most competitive deck? I'll go ahead and show you guys. My favorite card in the game is Christia, hence the mat, hence the deck I'm running. I do want to say that one of my Christias was stolen from a local shop here, and I had to order another one. Kind of sucks that people would stoop so low, but I do have three Christias again. I was sitting with two for a little while, and I had the deck sitting idle until I got my third one. So without further ado, this is the Perfection Herald build I'm using. If you're familiar with Heralds, the guy who ran Perfection Heralds and did really well with it in the US was called, his name's Russell LePere. Um, this is kind of like the build he's using, with only slight differences. He runs a 41 card deck, I run 40. And I think he has a few different things. One notably thing, he techs in the Light and Darkness Dragon. I tried it for a little bit, I just didn't like it. But without further ado, here's my Heralds. Um, this deck does not focus 100% on Heralds. It has alternate win conditions, alternate ways to bring out Christia, and it's more of a stall to get control and then just, win the game because they can't do anything. So, 3 are short Christia, 3 Tethys, Goddess of Light. If you're not familiar with Tethys, excuse me, well, let me explain Christia first. Christia, and there's exactly 4 monsters in the graveyard. I can special summon Christia, and she's like a royal oppression. Nobody can special summon when she's on the field. Additionally, when she comes out, I can grab one of those fairies from my graveyard, add it to my hand. So it's really good to be used with Herald Perfection. Um, Great card, great attack, 2800 attack. Um, Only been printed once as a secret, that's why it's still expensive. It'll probably get reprinted somewhat soon, but no word on that yet. Next is Tethys, Goddess of Light. This is how I fill my hands up with fairies to either toss or herald, synchro with, get out herald with. It's just an awesome card. Whenever I draw a card, I can reveal it if it's a fairy and then draw another card. And you'll see that this deck runs tons of fairies, so you can usually end up drawing like 5 or more cards at a time when she's out there. Um, she's a 5-star, so she only requires 1 tribute. Next is 3 Herald of Perfection. 2800 wall. I can pitch a fairy from my deck, from my hand to the graveyard to negate the activation of a monster effect, spell, or trap card. It cannot chain. It can negate multiple times in a chain, but it cannot negate spell speed 3, which is the counter traps. So just keep that in mind. So cards like Divine Wrath, Gladiator Beastward Chariot can kill it, and it has no real answer for it other than Royal Decree, which this deck does run. 3 Gel Duo. Gel Duo is an interesting card. It's pretty much a stall card. 4 stars, 1700 attack, 0 defense. Can't be destroyed by battle, but if I take any sort of damage while it's out there, it gets destroyed. Additionally, it can be used as 2 tributes for a light fairy monster. So it's an alternate way to bring out Christia. Next, Herald of Orange Light. At first I didn't like this card, now I love it. I can pitch this card and another fairy in my hand to negate a monster effect on the field and destroy the card. So a lot of people don't expect it. And it's also a tuner, so it allows us to sync. Next is Manju, allows us to grab our Herald of Perfection or a Dawn of the Herald, which is the ritual spell card I use in the deck. Additionally, you can use Honest on it because it's a light fairy. 3 Nova Summoners. Great card for stalling. Can help me get a Honest out to the field, then I can bring it back to my hand. It can help me bring out a Orange Light to get a tuner on the field. Great card. Run 3. Once destroyed in battle, I can special summon a fairy with 1500 OS attack. 2 Honest. I don't need to explain Honest. Amazing card. Soul Purity and Light. Remove 2 lights from my graveyard. Special summon it. It's also level 6, so it works with Dawn of the Herald. It's also a level 4. A fairy, which allows it to be pitched for Herald. And it's a light, which is used with Honest. So it's a special summon when you remove the 2 lights, so you can actually special summon it, then tribute it for like a Tethys. 1 Dialk allows you to go through your deck a little bit. It's a beat stick. It's a light. It's a fairy. Additionally, when it's destroyed, you can return one of your remove from play cards back to your hand. This includes cards that you removed for Soul Impurity and Light's effect. So it's a good card. Only run one. One Freya. When she's out there with another fairy, she can't be an attack target. Additionally, she adds 400 attack and defense to other fairies on the field. Makes your Herald of Perfection untouchable by Red Dragon Archfiend and a couple of the other 3k attackers. So she's good. One, the Fool. The Fool is just another stall card like Gel and Duo, except if you flip a coin when he's summoned, and if it's tails, he can't be the target of monster effects, spells, or traps. But cards like Smash and Ground that don't target can still kill him. If you flip heads, you can't target him with any effect, but that doesn't really matter. He still can't be destroyed by battle. Good stall. 2 Dawn of the Herald. Like I said, the deck isn't 100% reliant on Herald of Perfection. Only run 2. I don't like having multiples in my hand if I don't need it. Additionally, if I get a good draw with Tethys, I'll usually have what I need to summon a Herald of Perfection, because one of the cards is probably going to be a Dawn, or I already have a Dawn. I haven't seen a problem with only running 2 yet. I need a tribute 6 stars for my Herald, and I can actually remove this card from the graveyard to add a fairy from my graveyard to the hand. That was used for the ritual. 2 Book of Moon, just because it's a good card. 1 Dark Hole. 1 Monster Reborn. 1 Soul Exchange. You can Soul Exchange for Tethys. You can Soul Exchange for Christia. You can Soul Exchange for your Dawn of the Herald and actually sack one of their monsters in part of your ritual. Good card. A lot of people don't expect it. Pot of Avarice, just 1. Reloads your hand. Graveyard Control for Christia. 3 Royal Decrees. Just so those counter traps don't end up killing you. And if you have Royal Decree, a Christia, and a Herald on the field, it's usually game. They can't really do anything about it. And then Solemn Judgment, the last card, just because it's awesome. Now, the deck has been doing pretty well for me. I'm still getting used to it. Like I said, I did have a Christia stolen from me last week, so it kind of put it was kind of a downer for me. I stopped playing the deck for a little while. I was making my dinosaurs and just playing with those. But I got my other Christia today, so I have 3 again. And I'm gonna probably run this next week in the tournament. If you guys have any questions about the deck, please please message me or leave a comment. I love comments. Get your friends to subscribe. I'm gonna start doing more videos, hopefully. I need a new webcam, I think. This one just isn't cutting it. I'm noticing a lot of camera lag. And again, I'm sorry about my voice. I am sick. So until next time, guys, keep on dueling, or whatever, some gay catchphrase. Another thing, if you notice, I don't really do shoutouts, and I'm not part of... This is something I want to talk about. Let me do this real quick. Things that bother me about Yu-Gi-Oh! I'll do 3 off the top of my head. 1 is teams. Like, I understand having friends, and I understand all this shit, but, like, why do you have to name yourself some, like, gay team? My friends, like, have a joke team called, like, Team Chaz It Up, and they just yell Chaz It Up a bunch, and I think it's just for a joke. But there's some people who do, like, serious teams, and they are, like, a little club, and it's I just don't understand it, I guess. So every time someone's like, oh, Team FTK, Team all this shit, I'm just like, Team Lockdown, in their videos, it just makes me laugh. I'm like, what the fuck? Next is, like, the shoutouts, and it's always like, I'm going to do a shout out to Pokemon Master 11113. It's like, what the fuck? Pokemon Master 1113? Why are you doing a shout out to Pokemon Master 1113? Not that there's any, like, real problem with Pokemon. I just always found it funny where, like, people's YouTube names are like Pokemaster or Gyarados 99, shit like that. I don't know. I find that actually more amusing than it pisses me off. But one thing that does piss me off, okay, say this is a guy's trade binder. This is a page in his trade binder. Christia, Tethys. And I'm like, okay, well, what do you value these at? Oh, they're not for trade. Okay. What's the value on the Tethys? Oh, that's not for trade either. What do you value Herald of Perfection at? I'm holding that for a friend. If you're not trading it and you don't have any intention of trading it, get it out of your binder. Like, why is it in your binder? You have deck boxes, you have extra boxes. People are going to ask about the stuff that's in your trade binder. That's why it's called a trade binder. I just find that really annoying. Anyway, that's done. That's about enough of my mini rant. Uh, yeah.